C1 is here. This is F3 and F2. Yeah, C1 is in there, Gaston's in there, and 10, and then the NCRC is in that too. Frank 2 and Frank 3. Yeah.
Mr. Shatowski, are you going to handle the cases for the state today?
It'll be mostly me, I believe. Mr. Weatherford and Miss Griffin will also be joining, but it'll be majority me.
Okay. Do you want me to wait for Mr. Weatherford and Miss Griffin?
If you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I'll let them know that you're ready.
All right. Thank you.
I'm not going to do that one until you're done.
And then let's see. Deputy, let's see. Hey, ma'am, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Can we get David Ekakiadis first?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So who is DV courtroom and DV court?
I'm wondering if that's Travis County?
Ah, okay, that's probably it. Okay.
Good afternoon, Judge. How are you?
I'm good, Ms. Rosa. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I got some new glasses. I got bifocals for the first time, and my eyes have watered ever since. I can't wait to get used to these things.
Oh,
Hi, Ms. Griffin. How are you?
Good morning, Judge. I'm well.
Good. Welcome to Court 3.
Thank you. I'm new to the county, so
Well, and welcome to the county, too.
I appreciate the welcome. How are you doing today, Judge Thompson?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? You enjoying your new life?
So far, so good. It's only been a week and everyone's been so nice, so I appreciate that.
Right on. All right. It looks like we have everyone. Mr. Matthias, are you ready as well?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Then I will call case number 19034103. This is State versus David Ekakiadis. And we have Edwin Matthias for the defense. And who's handling this one for the state?
John Shatowski with State, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Are you the David Ekakiadis who's charged in this case with driving while license invalid?
Ekakiadis, yes.
I apologize. Ekakiadis?
Ekakiadis. Ekakiadis.
Ekakiadis. I'll try harder. I apologize. All right. You technically have the right to appear physically in person on your case, and you have the right for the state to appear physically in person on your case in the courtroom. I have a joint request for plea under sentencing by video conference. Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Your signature.
Yes.
I'm going to approve your request to proceed today by video conference, and I'm signing and dating that now. Now, you're charged with the offense of driving while license invalid. This is a Class B misdemeanor that carries with it a maximum possible jail sentence of up to 180 days and/or a possible maximum fine of up to $2,000. Do you understand the punishment range?
Ma'am.
Now, you have a variety of constitutional rights in place to protect you on this charge. You have the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. And a plea is waiving that right and incriminating yourself. You have the right to be presumed innocent of the charge. You have the right to go to a jury trial. And at that trial, a jury of your peers would be selected to hear the evidence and determine whether or not the state had proven your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. At that trial, you'd have the right to cross-examine witnesses and to present evidence on your own and to call witnesses and compel them to appear on your behalf by subpoena. I have the court's written admonishments in front of me. Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, I have.
And did you understand it?
I did, but can I ask you a question? I've got about a year of back time. It's only a 6-month sentence. I mean, how does that?
Judge, I can address this. So I wanted to put this on the record. There is actually a mistake with the paperwork because this is a Class B. It should only be 175 days jail, credit for 180. That was my mistake. I put his full sentence on there. So he can only be up there, or it should only say 180 days total with credit.
Well, I've done a year.
Wait a second. Was this defendant held on anything other than a DWLI?
Yes, he had a related felony case that was recently dismissed.
Okay, I see. And how recently was it dismissed?
I got notified about 4 or 5 days ago.
Okay, that's recent. All right. Very well. Mr. Slutowski, then can I redact the plea agreement to reflect, did you say 175 days?
Yeah, so it'll be 175 days, Hayes County Jail, credit for 180. Yes, Judge, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
All right,
And that will need to be reflected on the judgment as well.
very well.
Thank
And
you, Judge.
if I don't orally state that I've done that on the judgment, please alert me.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. All right, so now back to you, sir. To the offense of driving while license invalid, how do you plead?
Contest.
No contest. I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the plea agreement that your attorney worked out for you on your case, which is for 175 days, Hayes County Jail, where you have credit for 180 and the court costs would be covered. Because I'm going to follow the plea agreement, you have no right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now turning to the judgment, indicating he's pleaded no contest. I'm redacting the 229 and indicating 175, credit for 180. And court
Thank you, Judge.
costs- Yes, sir. And court costs covered. Also indicating 175 under the punishment part. And given credit for 180 days. All right. Now I am signing and dating the judgment. And that is all the paperwork I have on this case. Is there anything further from the defense,
Nothing further, Your Honor.
from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, JL.
Thank you.
All right.
Ma-
Matoya, you may
Yes.
be excused. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Who you need next, Your Honor?
Let's see here. We have Mr. Maldonado, who looks like he's waiting to take off on us. So well, hold on. Just 1 second. Okay, so. All right. Okay, if we could have Karen Reed, please.
Karen. Who you need next? Perfect time. Perfect time. Have a seat right here in front of the seat. Oh, you want me to do it?
I'm assuming, I looked them up.
All right, I'll call the case numbers. This is 201385CR3 and PREF 211243CR3 and PREF 211244CR1. And this is State versus Karen Reed. For the defense, we have Matt Maldonado. And who do we have for the state?
Sean Schlichtowski for the state, Your Honor.
All right. So I don't have any indication that we have a plea ready on this one. What are we doing on these cases?
That is correct, Your Honor. These cases are under review right now, and so I should, we would just, the state would just ask like a week reset.
Mr. Maldonado?
No objection, Your Honor. And I will state that we have received discovery and filings for the filed case, but nothing as of yet on the pre-file matters.
And how long has Ms. Reed been in jail?
Let me see here. One moment, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
16 days.
So staff here says 16 days. Is there any reason why we shouldn't be addressing the bond right now?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor. I mean, we would ask for a personal bond if that's available, just as an open motion, but we haven't pled for that specifically.
Hey, is there any reason why we shouldn't address bond on this case?
Let me see real quick, Judge. I'm just checking her history real quick.
Yes, sir.
So there is no objection here, Judge.
Okay, then, I think Ms. Reed was on our docket last time, wasn't she?
She was,
Yes,
Your
Your Honor.
So let's address these bond issues earlier.
All right.
So Ms. Reed, I'm gonna get we need information from you, but I'm not gonna ask you right this second because I don't want it to be public. We're gonna need up-to-date contact information from you, including an email address. The email address I will ask for you right now. Do you know it off the top of your head?
It's a JAVALINAJOCK, Javalina@yahoo.com.
All right, I'm gonna read it back to you. JAZA,
V as in Victor.
V as in Victor. All right, so Javalina, LINAJOCK @Yahoo. Okay. All right. As soon as you're released, you're going to need to contact the courts to give your current address and phone number. If either of those things change next week, a month from now, whenever, you have to tell us. So you have to contact us again. And I'm assuming you have contact information for your attorney, Mr. Maldonado? Okay. Mr. Maldonado, let's see here. Deputy, if I put y'all into a breakout room, well, no, let me ask you this. If Mr. Maldonado gives her his contact information here, can she write that down and take it with her when she leaves?
Yes,
Okay. Does she have a paper and pen handy?
we'll get out a paper. I'll have a pen. Let me see. You got paper and pen, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Maldonado, if you could give her your current information so she has it when she's.
Yes, Your Honor. Phone number, Karen, 512-361-1350.
All right.
Now, that's my work cell, so you can text it, call it any time of the day.
That's 512-361-1350.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
may I ask a quick question? Mr. Maldonado, I don't know if you'd be able, are they going to be going into a breakout room, Your Honor, still?
No, I wanted to make sure she had his contact information, but that seemed like the easiest way to handle it.
The only question I would ask, and I'm looking in Odyssey, and it appears that there was at least previously a Harris County case, a felony case, for which there may have been a warrant. I just want to make sure that we're all aware of any holds that she may have that may make her go out to Harris County that we're not aware of. So I don't know how the court would want to address that, but I just want to make sure that we all know if she's being taken to another jail, if she's released from custody here.
Is the Odyssey system showing another warrant from Hayes County or Harris County?
Your Honor, it's unclear on my side. I can't tell exactly, but she was picked up on something from Harris County. There was a felony offense when she was arrested here. There at least was an active warrant at that time.
There's not anymore. I spoke with the officer of the court on the 5th, and he said that the judge knew of this warrant and chose not to act on it, was not acting on it, because I go off probation on May 6th.
Right, Ms. Stoddard, do we show an active warrant out of Harris County? Thank you.
And my understanding, Your Honor, is that it's no longer active as well.
Okay.
She was on probation out of Harris County, and I know that they filed on her, but I don't know the status of that case right now.
Okay. All right.
My probation ends on May 6th.
All right. Okay. So staff here does not see any active warrant out of Harris County. Ms. Reed, be sure to communicate with Harris County and whatever attorney you have there on that issue. All right. So I filled out the PR bond form. And is there anything else on Ms. Reed's case right now?
Nothing from the
bench,
state.
Your Honor.
Okay, thank you guys. All right, Ms. Reed, be sure to communicate with us your current address and phone number. That's very important. You don't want to end up back in jail just for that, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
So I'll be getting out today. Yes.
You should be processed out, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, and then, let's see here. We have Mr. Maldonado, do you have anything else with us?
Nothing today, Your Honor.
We have another gentleman by the name of Joel Moore. And Jill, can we have Joel Moore?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Maldonado, he has 2 pre-file cases, an assault, bodily injury, family violence, and a resisting arrest. Would you be willing to take these on if I appointed you?
Yes, yeah, that's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna fill out the form now.
Wait, you stand right over here. We've got another judge. Here he is, Your Honor. Actually, you can have a seat there. Yeah, they can see perfectly.
Hello, Mr. Moore, how are you today? Mr. Moore, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll call case numbers PREF 211365CR3 and PREF 211366CR1. These are State versus Joel Moore, and our records don't reflect an attorney. Mr. Moore, did you apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Oh, yeah,
Have you heard back?
yeah.
So you have an attorney who was appointed to you?
No, they didn't tell me that yet.
Ms. Sauter, do we have an attorney appointed to him yet?
No, ma'am, he's only been in jail 3 days. Usually it takes a little bit longer.
Okay, so staff here indicated he's been in jail for 3 days. I'll note that the law requires that we appoint within a day after the request. And so I am appointing counsel to Mr. Moore. And specifically, I'm appointing Matthew Maldonado. Mr. Moore, you've been appointed an attorney. His name is Matthew Maldonado, Matt Maldonado, and he'll be in contact with you, okay? I'm sorry, Mr. Moore, did you get that? The attorney will be in contact with you?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, thank you, Jail. All right, Mr. Moore, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Maldonado, that was all. You're excused unless you have anything else for us.
Okay, no, that'll do it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Take care.
All right, and then we have Mr. Buford here physically on Antonio Ortiz. So Jill, can we get an Antonio Ortiz?
I believe Ms. Buford's under the impression he's the evidence in person.
Oh, yes, sir.
I drove to the jail waiting, but they only have one marine. And so there was someone ahead of me that had to discuss the entire criminal procedure, which is fine, which is fine, but I couldn't get the signed paperwork by the time my turn came up, they're like, oh, we have to take it to the court, so
I see.
if I could see it, it's just gonna be a constant, if there's not much to talk about, if I could see it.
Well, I mean, all right. So, I mean, we can handle this a couple of ways. I guess we can send the paperwork over to the jail and then revisit his case. I have him right here on my screen, so I don't see how they're bringing him in. Are you Antonio Ortiz? Yeah.
They told me they were bringing it, and I'm direct there. I don't know, but do I go back over there?
Probably. Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to talk to him, then yeah, for sure. And here's the paperwork.
I have it too.
Oh, you have it as well.
That's the extra stuff. The
Oh, okay.
forfeitures and disposal.
Okay,
Let me go over there, give me slide,
all right.
and I'll come back here, you think?
I don't know that the jail has a way to put you on Zoom with him. Okay, all right, good luck. Well, I mean, we still have a few cases to go through, so if you could let Miss Sauter know what your ETA is once you get over there, okay? Your ETA is coming back. So we had one attorney ghost us. She said she was gonna go get the paperwork signed, and then 2 hours later, we never heard from her. So get. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Ortiz, your attorney is on his way to come visit with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jail. May we have Thomas Solis, please?
Next.
This is the gentleman that previously had a
Yeah, I remember.
How y'all doing?
All right. So I'll call case numbers PREF 203964CR1 and PREF 21113503. And this is State versus Thomas Solis. And we have Trey Hicks here for the defendant on the 211135 case. And then who's here for the state?
Jeff Weatherford for the state, Your Honor.
All right. So my understanding is that y'all are requesting a joint competency exam. Is that right?
Your Honor, I talked with Ms. Lopez this morning. We talked for quite a while. And I believe she said that she's been discussing these cases with Mr. Weatherford about the state's evaluating what they're going to do because of his prior competency examination where he was deemed incompetent, not likely to regain. I think they're looking at some options. He's been in jail since March 31st, so we haven't reached the 30-day time period. Ms. Lopez asked, and right now I am not an objection to perhaps a week reset to see if the state can come up with some options to where we could, what possible services that Mr. Solis could have if he's released. Mr. Solis has asked me to look into the South Side.
Don't give me attorney-client privilege information.
An option to where he could stay, but it's not a mental health facility, Your Honor. And we're trying to find out if there is what options that we have to work with.
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
So,
No.
Mr.
Don't say anything, Thompson.
Listen to your attorney, okay? The best person to talk to is going to be your attorney.
I really did not stay.
All right, so Mr. Weatherford, what's the state's position on this? Because he did come back incompetent, unlikely to regain based on a traumatic brain injury earlier in life. So,
Yes, ma'am. I'm aware of that. It just like Mr. Hicks was saying, I would very much appreciate a 1 week reset. We will be diligently working with Mr. Hicks to figure out what's best for the community and for Mr. Solis as well. So we'll be hard at work. I'm very well aware of that prior finding of incompetency and unlikely to regain. There are limitations, of course, as the court's aware of what possible options there are. And so we're going to work to figure out what the best one is in this particular circumstance. So we would appreciate that 1 week reset, Your Honor.
okay, 1 week is fine. And, him going in and out of jail is not working for anybody. It's not working for him. It's not working for the community. It's not working for anybody. So let's use our brains the best we can. Mr. Solis, try to, if you can, save it for your lawyer. I promise you, he will talk to you, but you cannot right now, okay? All right, 1 week and only 1 week. All right. Thank you, Jail. We appreciate it. And then we have, let's see, is Aaron Seymour on? I don't think so. All right, so Hayes County Jail, I'm going to turn to Travis County Jail.
I'm sorry, which one do you need next?
I'm going to turn to Travis County Jail because it looks like we're waiting on a party or two on the other ones, okay? So hang tight for us or sit tight, whatever the phrase you want to use. Okay, and then we have case number 193946CR3 and 195296CR3. And this is State versus James Sowell. And we have Trey Hicks for the defense. Who do we have here for the state?
Sean Schlichtowski for the state, Your Honor.
All right. And are you the James Sowell charged in these cases with possession of marijuana and driving while licensed and valid?
Correct.
You are. All right. Now, Mr. Sowell, technically you have the right to appear physically in court and to have the state appear physically in court. Because of the pandemic, I see here a joint request for plea and or sentencing by video conference. Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Is that your signature?
Yes.
All right. I'll approve your request. And I'm signing and dating now. All right, so in terms of the first set of case numbers, I think these are 2 counts. So it's case number 193946, CR3, and the charges are possession of marijuana and driving while licensed and valid. So Mr. Sowell, these are Class B misdemeanors. Class B misdemeanors carry with them a maximum sentence of up to 180 days in jail and or a possible fine by up to $2,000. Do you understand the punishment range?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you have a variety of constitutional rights in place to protect you on this charge. You have the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. You have the right to be presumed innocent of the charge. You have the right to go to a jury trial, and at that jury trial, a jury of your peers would determine whether or not the state had proven your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. At that trial, you'd have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses and to compel witnesses to come and testify on your behalf by subpoena. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
The court's written admonishments here. Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Is that your signature?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Hicks, are you confident that your client is competent to enter a plea today?
To the best of my knowledge, he is, Your Honor.
All right. To the offense of possession of marijuana, how do you plead?
No contest.
To the
Or
offense, that's
I
right.
guess it's guilty or no contest, however you want to put it. I mean, which is the best for me. I mean.
It's no contest, sir, Your Honor.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
no contest.
Okay, so no contest to the offense of possession of marijuana. How do you plead to the offense of driving while licensed and valid?
No contest.
Very well. And the plea agreement is for 95 days in jail, credit for 100, and the court costs are covered, and y'all are going to dismiss the other case number under 195296, right?
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe Rebecca or Miss Lopez should have emailed a dismissal to Kyla. If she did not receive that, I can quickly send that over.
We have it.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sal, I'm going to accept your pleas. I'm going to find you guilty of these 2 charges because I'm going to follow the plea agreement your attorney worked out for you. You have no right to appeal. Do you understand that as well?
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am.
All right. So I am turning to the judgment indicating he's pleading no contest. And that is correct on the POM, and I'm signing and dating for the POM.
May I ask a question, ma'am? Will my Hayes County hold be off today?
It should be, yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm turning to the DWLI, indicating no contest as well. The agreement's accurately reflected, and I'm signing and dating that one. All right, and now I am signing the motion to dismiss on the last charge under 195296. All right. Okay, so State, am I right that there were 3 counts and y'all dismissed the 3rd one?
I believe it's,
Oh, it's a different case number. So one.
yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. So it's 2 counts on the first case and then a separate case which was dismissed.
All right. All right. Is there anything further on Mr. Southway's defense?
No, Your Honor, that should complete and finish his Hayes County cases. So the only thing left will be his Travis County matters that he is dealing with.
Okay.
I'm finished with those today. I'm just ready to get out. So as soon as they let me out, they let me out.
All right, Mr. Sal, good luck to you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, Tom. Judge, that completes my business. May I be excused.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Returns there now.
And then we have Mr. Seymour here now. Hayes County, can you hear me?
Yes. Need Mr. Gaska?
Yes, please, Gaska.
Mr. Gasket is in Hayes County, Your Honor.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is.
there he is.
Are you George Gaska?
I guess he is now.
So yes, sir, he's in Hayes County Jail.
Okay.
All right, I'll call case number 20503903. This is State versus George Gaska. For the defense, we have Aaron Seymour. Who do we have here for the state?
Shelby Griffin for the state.
All right. And what are we doing on this case? I see here that we have a parole hold. And so do we need to set this for trial? What are we doing?
Your Honor, Mr. Gask, I found out yesterday when he got picked up, he has this misdemeanor file, but he also has or you get arrested at the same time for a felony charge as well. So I don't know what the state's going to do on the felony charge. And with respect to the misdemeanor, the recommendation that I got said pending felony. So I don't have a recommendation right now. And I think we need to get clarity on what's going to happen with the felony before we can resolve the misdemeanor.
Ms. Griffin?
The state confers we are waiting on the felony case, so we would ask for a reset on this pending negotiations with that felony.
All right. Now, state defense, do y'all have any preference for a longer or shorter reset?
Just because he's in custody, Your Honor, I think a shorter reset would probably be in order.
All right, we'll carry him to our next Friday jail docket.
Okay.
All right. All right, Mr. Gaskett, thank you, sir. We'll see you next Friday. All right. And then Hayes County, the last one, I'm sorry, Mr. Seymour, you're excused. I hope you have a good day and a good weekend.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hayes County, the last one we have is Antonio Ortiz, and my understanding is that Robert Buford's on his way to the jail to communicate with his client. So we're going to take a 15-minute recess and find out how soon or late that'll be.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to go dark for 15 minutes. I'll see y'all back here at 12:45.
Yes, ma'am.
For next Friday?
Yeah. Actually, you just said, here, come see, comes back, you can take you back. And I'll be taking
Hayes County, is Mr. Buford still there with his client, or do you know?
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. This is Deputy Key at the jail. Mr. Ortiz is just now going in to visit with his attorney. And I can let y'all know as soon as he's finished, because I told him to give me a call and bring him down here. But let me know as soon as he's done. That way I can relay that to you.
All right, right on. Is there a way for his attorney to stay there and appear with him for the plea, or does his lawyer need to come back here for it?
I can't think of any way they would do it because they won't let the attorney come back in here into this area.
Okay.
And they don't have any Zoom stuff over in that area that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Thinking he's gonna have to come back here.
Okay, if you could get a note to Mr. Buford to see if he can do the Zoom in his car. And if he can't, then that's fine. We'll just wait for him.
Okay, I will relay that message. All right.
Thank you, ma'am. And to whomever heard that, I'm assuming we've got at least another 15 minutes. So we'll stay in recess until 1 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then I think that we need the blank paperwork then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Buford, for joining us but from your car. Hopefully you don't get hailed on.
A parking lot. And the only thing is I have the signature paperwork, so I still need to get that over to you. Can we just do this without and then I'll get, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, if the jail's ready and he's ready, then we'll go ahead and go forward and then they can combine the paperwork. That's fine.
There's
Okay,
no
great.
of bringing them from a visitation area to our location. It's quite a distance that they're hiking. Is the attorney still in the jail area?
No, ma'am.
No, I'm in the parking lot.
I mean, are you at the jail parking lot where you could go up front?
Yeah.
If you turn the paper in the work in the front, we can get the thumbprint and then bring it to you, Your Honor, if that would work for you.
Okay. That's fine, Mr. Buford. So after we get done, you can drop it off with them. That'll work.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll be glad to take care of that for you. We do the usual tax.
Thank you.
Hard copy. Let me see if I can find where yours.
And Judge, just to confirm, you have 2 forfeiture of weapons and a dismissal in front of you as well?
Yes, sir. And I'll let you know that the motions are correct in terms of the name, but I did a short redaction on the name.
Oh, what last name did I put?
Brown.
Oh, okay, that was a mistake on my point then. I apologize, Judge.
No worries. The dismissal's right. Yeah, I've got those 3 and we're printing the blank ones now and then the forms will be combined once everything's settled.
Great, thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience that Sean has caused this court. Correct last name on there. I'm mortified, Your Honor.
I'm gonna put that in writing, Mr. Wedding.
When you're too good, Judge, sometimes things kind of have to, there has to be a couple mistakes, right?
Whenever you're focused on the big picture, it's hard to get the details.
There we go.
Sometimes.
There we go.
I sent my partner to find Mr. Ortiz. So we should have him here very shortly for you, Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Is it hailing outside yet?
I don't think it's hailing yet, but it's raining pretty hard.
Don't say yet. That's true. Excuse me.
Mr. Ortiz can be placed on probation for anything?
No, ma'am. He's taking jail time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right. And we'll go on the record, case numbers 192533 CR3 and 191052 CR3. These are State of Texas versus Antonio Ortiz. Are you the Antonio Ortiz charged with driving while intoxicated in these cases? Okay. Now, you have the right to appear here in person, and you have the right for the state to appear in person. I have in front of me a joint request for plea and or sentencing by video conference. Did you go over this with your attorney? Did you understand it? Is that your signature? What? Wait, hold on. I don't have the signature. Okay, so you want to proceed by video conference? All right, I'm going to approve your request. And so, Mr. Ortiz, my court reporter is taking down everything you say, and at the jail, it's kind of hard to hear you. So if you could talk as loud as you possibly can, it'll help us out, okay? All right. Now, under case number 191052, you're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, where the BAC, the blood alcohol content, is alleged to be over 0.15. That makes it a Class A misdemeanor. Class A misdemeanors, the maximum punishment is up to 365 days in jail and or a possible fine of up to $4,000. Do you understand the punishment range? All right. You have a variety of constitutional rights in place on this case. You have the right to be presumed innocent of the charge. You have the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. You have the right to go to a jury trial, and at that trial, you'd be a jury of your peers would be selected to hear the evidence and decide whether or not the state had proven your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. At that trial, you'd have the right to cross-examine witnesses and to compel witnesses on your behalf to appear by subpoena. I have the court's written admonishments in front of me. Did you go over this with your attorney?
I believe so.
Okay. Mr. Beeford, did you go over this with your client?
We did, Your Honor,
Okay.
just a second ago.
All right. Do you understand your rights in this case, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Mr. Beeford, are you confident that your client is competent to enter a plea today?
I believe he is, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Ortiz, the offense of driving while intoxicated with the BAC alleged to be greater than 0.15 under case number 191052, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest or not guilty?
Guilty.
No contest or guilty, same thing. True fault.
Mr. Ortiz, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right. I will accept your plea of no contest and I'll find you guilty. The plea agreement is for 24 days in jail with credit for 29 days. The court costs would be covered and would run concurrent with case number 192533 CR3, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And defense, is that the plea agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, I am going to follow the plea agreement that your attorney worked out for you. Because I'm going to follow this agreement, you have no right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Turning to the judgment on 1052, indicating he's pleading no contest. And I'm dating and signing. Now, for the record, because of the video conference and some last minute issues, the jail is going to have the paperwork that Mr. Ortiz has signed himself. I am signing a version without Mr. Ortiz's signature on it, and I'm expecting those to be identical and they can be combined into one plea stack of paperwork. All right, so we're turning now to case number 1925 CC CR3. And you are also charged with driving while intoxicated with a BAC alleged to be over 0.15 in this case. The punishment range is the same. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the same constitutional rights on this case and this DWI as you did on the first one. Did you understand your rights under the court's written admonishments?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I'm going to indicate here, to the offense of driving while intoxicated under this case number, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest and I'm going to find you guilty. And under this case number, the plea agreement indicates it's 24 days in jail, credit for 29. The court costs are covered and the state is dismissing count 2 and 3 under this case number. And there's going to be a forfeiture of the firearms that were found, a Glock and a Smith & Wesson 38. And this is to run concurrent with 191052 CR3. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ortiz, because I'm going to follow the agreement that your attorney worked out for you on this case number, you have no right to appeal this one as well. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm turning to the judgment indicating you're pleading no contest. And I'm signing that one and dating. Now, I'm turning to the order of forfeiture on 192533, and I'm signing and dating. And the order of forfeiture for so that was for the Glock, this is for the Smith & Wesson, and I'm signing and dating that one as well. And I'm turning to the dismissal and signing and dating the dismissal for the 2 counts. Was that for possession of marijuana and driving while license invalid?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, that is the total of the paperwork I have on these cases. Is there anything further, state?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Beefer?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ortiz, you're done. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Mom.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about the paperwork. I'm gonna go drop this paperwork off at the jail right now, and then they will deliver it to you. It's all the original signatures.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir. All right, well.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good weekend.